Alright guys, welcome to Medic Rifleman. So we've got a moment here at work before I get started, so I'm going to go ahead and break down a video that I talked about with a gentleman on YouTube. So this is 2 attempts of me shooting the kneeling. I'm going to go ahead and run the clips. I tried doing it voiceover, which would have been really nice. I'm not able to do that, so it is what it is. We're going to go ahead and split. Anyway, I'm going to talk right here about what we're doing, and then I will talk about it afterwards. After I roll through the clips. So what you're gonna see is my first attempt at shooting kneeling for a long time, at least my first attempt in a long time shooting live fire kneeling, and then I will try to tighten it up in the second second clip. You'll see after the first and second clips quick videos of me talking about the resulting group. And then after I am finished talking about the resulting group of the second kneeling position, we'll go ahead and get back together and talk about what happened, what the difference was between those two groups. So yeah, let's roll in. The clips are muted on the firing because I was with a new shooter and they were talking. I want to respect their privacy, so we're going to do that. Hey guys, so not so clean on that one. We're gonna go ahead and try that again, see if I can't clean that up a little bit. But was able to keep some of those in where they should be, but 3 of them got away on me. We're gonna see if we can't clean that up a hair. I'm gonna try to break this down. Actually, let's go ahead and flip this camera. So we had most of them in here. We had one of these guys pulled over, but pulled this guy a little low, pulled one a little left. I'm much happier with this group. This guy was from the last time. So for a kneeling position in not exactly flat range where I'm kind of dealing with some weird elevation stuff, that happens in the field, but most of this group being in here, I'm pretty happy with. So we'll wrap that up with the kneeling. All right, guys, so what you just saw in those 2 clips, in the first clip, I had a weak base. I had no tension in the upper body. I was kind of slunched in onto the gun and it was just altogether not very stable. And that led to having a lot of reticle float. So let's say you're trying to hit the tip of my nose right here. Don't shoot me in the nose, please. That's super rude. But if your reticle is floating around and you're trying to time your trigger press so that you have a good shot, you might see yourself coming onto target and then rush the trigger really hard to get your shot broken. Now, I don't know how much I was doing that rather than just not having very much stability in the first place. I tend to be pretty good at rushing my trigger. It's not something you should do, but sometimes having a quick, clean press can be important, right? Anyway, so what I was doing was not having a strong base. So at the very least, I wasn't having a lot of stability. That will lead to frustration. That will lead to lack of confidence. That leads to fatigue, really. If you're sitting here trying to get on target and you're starting to bear down and you're not having the float that you want, because you kind of want to be in like this where all your float is in an acceptable point of impact, or point of aim rather, and you can trust that your point of impact will be within an acceptable margin, this is fine. You can just press, break, and it'll be somewhere within where you care about. If it's doing this, that's stressful. That will lead to fatigue. That will lead to you having a bad time. If it's doing this, then you need to stop drinking so much coffee. All right. Anyway, so what I did was I pressed out that outer leg, created more natural tension in my base that allowed me to have a stronger upper body as well. I straightened up my back. You can see I'm not slouched forward so much. And then I pulled tension into my arms and back and chest and just tightened everything up just a hair. Now, I'm not talking about straining down really hard. You'll tire yourself out and you'll actually make your shooting worse. But I'm talking just pulling tension in your body and creating a nice natural tightness, similar to how you would use a sling if you're using a sling to support your shooting position, which I'm not in the video. And that allowed me to have much more confidence and less thinking going into anything else other than the fundamentals, which is what allowed me to get the better group. Now, that is not the best group that you could ever been had, of course, but it is much better and much more representative of what your kneeling results should look like. Kneeling is something that I need to work on personally, but I'll let past Doug right after shooting talk about that. Now, on a personal level, the kneeling's always been what I've had the most trouble with, and when I need to practice much more, and you guys will be seeing that on the channel as I practice my marksmanship. Having a solid kneeling position is fairly important. Generally speaking, you want to try to get supported, but having that fundamental skill set should be something you have locked down. It's something I need to work on. So, that being said, make sure you guys are working on your weaknesses too. All right, you guys will be seeing more of that, more of my personal growth as a shooter, hopefully helping you guys to go after yours as well. With that being said, this has been Doug with Pneumatic Rifleman. This has been Doug, the Pneumatic Rifleman, because everywhere deserves good and capable riflemen with good, solid kneeling positions. All right, y'all have a blessed day.